Think really seriously. God, the greatest, something so great that's beyond all our comprehension. Would he be pleased to see people shouting Nazis at people because they read out loud from his Torah? And if he would, then he can't be very awesome and great.
And why don't you let all these yeshiva bochrim keep their religion how they understand?
I think they should be able to. I have no objection.
Without exemptions from the army?
Is
that fair?
Well,
that's how
I think that everyone should have more or less the same rights. I'm pluralist.
I think they're not allowed to be over here.
So I think
place and they're not allowed.
More important than
they can't do what they're doing.
This is the first thing people say to me. They say, "Oh, you think they should do that? Would you go up to the Temple Mount with bacon or champagne?" Listen, pluralism is not a simple thing. It's not a simple formula. You have to kind of weigh up things. There's limits. I don't think, for example, that the women of the wall should be able to should pray, should be able to take over the whole of the Kotel space. But I do think they should have a space down there, small space to do that thing. Another example.
You answer. Alright, so if I want a space in a synagogue, to be a Christian servant, do you think I should be allowed to do that?
But I don't think that's the same thing. I don't think this is the same thing.
Why don't you think I should be allowed to do that?
Because I think that's clearly such a radical departure from the norm that it shouldn't be allowed. This I don't accept is such a radical departure from the norm.
If we think that it is a radical departure from the norm,
fine. Absolutely, but we have to weigh up. That's the thing. We have to weigh things up. You don't think it's a certain. For a start, you don't think that a woman wearing tefillin is the same as praying to Jesus.
Yes, I do.
So Rashi's granddaughters pray to Jesus.
That's the only thing you know.
No, but it's just an example. You don't even answer.
They didn't go with their finger. Excuse me.
I'm not accepting that you think women shouldn't wear tefillin.
Excuse me.
I am.
Go and ask them.
You don't think it's the same as praying to Jesus. You don't think that. You don't. Can you find a posek who says it's the same as praying to Jesus?
Says that it's not.
Find a posek who says
it's not. That's ridiculous. It doesn't talk about everything. Some things you got to think for.
It's not the equivalent as praying to Jesus. Is breaking Shabbat the same as praying to Jesus? Is breaking Shabbat the same as praying to Jesus?
Eating pig.
You think it is?
Someone that is machalish about.
But that's an entirely separate discussion.
Wait,
do you agree that we have a right to just like we have a right to yours?
Sorry,
we have a right to protest what we think is wrong.
Yeah, I do. I have no problem with protest. I just wouldn't shout Nazis because no one's going to walk to the Nazis. Some people did. Some people did. I imagine.
Sorry, you can't bring something that the minority did and
Fine. Okay, I'm not saying that you did.
That's going to be the only way to get.
I thought it was very nice that you just sang and do it without the shouting. Do the shouts without the singing. But look, hardly anyone's come this time. There were more last time. People are going to forget about this soon, and that's going to be there soon. It will be fine. Life will carry on. They'll carry on. They'll go to hell maybe, or they won't go to hell. You'll go to heaven, or you won't go to heaven. And what's the problem? Just leave it to God to decide. You can't leave it to God to decide.
It's a holy place.
You don't come to my house.
If you were alive during the times of the Holocaust,
sorry?
If you were alive during the times of the Holocaust, now I'm not saying they're Nazis, I'm not suggesting that at all. Put that on the side. If you were alive during the times of the Holocaust, would you sit idly and do nothing, or would you protest people being killed?
You have to really, really think. These people are not killing you. They're not trying to kill you. They have no objection to you practicing your religion either.
That's true, but
you're the ones with the problem to them practicing their religion.
Because they're trying to change
great glasses, by the way.
We all have a place in the world. We all have a place in the world.
Somebody comes into your
We all have a place in the world to come.
What?
We all have a place in the world to come.
Who's we? Unless you depends. It depends.
No,
in all cases, depends what they would do.
Non-Jews, don't come as
Somebody walks into somebody else's house.
I don't accept this as well.
It's not at my house.
It's exactly.
This is home to all the Jews, right? So when people come into here and they start doing a bunch of other stuff that they're not supposed to do, why shouldn't I throw them out of my own house?
Because There are more than just ultra-Orthodox Jews. That's the point. I'm sorry to break it to you.
More than what?
There are other Jews who are not ultra-Orthodox
There's
Jews, and
no
they should have the
other
right to
Jews.
this
It's
place
one
as well.
type. You
You can think that. That's fine.
not
Unfortunately,
Jewish. If somebody comes in, if somebody comes in here,
I don't agree. We're not gonna make
it's not
any
the Christians
progress
and
on
the
this kind of
Protestants
question.
and the other one. We're not,
Sorry?
There's no such thing as splitting the Torah and saying this is what we want, this is what we don't want. This is easy for us, it's not easy for us. Shabbos is hard for us. We're not gonna do it. It's back to it. It's easy. It's boxes. It's cheap. We can do it.
Again, you don't know them.
Anything
Would you
that
like to meet
looks
them and
outside.
talk to them?
My grandchildren, please God, will stand in front of the real temple. Hopefully it'll come before real fast.
Amen.
And they will say the exact same words in the exact same way because it was said for 2,000 years without changes. We don't need changes. We really don't need changes. That's
So what
the
about
whole
the
point.
unity of the Jewish people? That's what they're complaining, that there's not unification. They say
unity?
the Jews are not united.
That was what I don't understand the question. You're asking me a
I
question.
talked to
Who are
somebody-
you, by the way, if you don't mind
I'm
asking?
Michael Cohen.
From where?
Huh? I live in Israel. I made Aliyah.
Kol hakavod lecha.
So why are the Jews fighting against each other? That's what I don't understand. Because of an important issue.
You missed what I just said to you. The prayers of 2,000 years. That's what they're fighting.
Moshe